Alright, boss, another destroy under control. Incidentally, I have related news. I have captured our foe, Cashious Villainer. You what now? Captured him, boss. After the embarrassment of last time, allowing business mate to get captured, getting captured myself. Then my rival steal my company over and over again. Exactly. For all those reasons and more, I felt I needed to prove my position to you. Therefore, I concocted a tactical stratagem to capture our opponent. I walked over, kicked in Master Villainous's door, lofted him over my head, and brought him here. That seems awfully easy. Surprisingly so. And you don't think this is suspicious? Fortunately, you do not have the sacred lap kiss for tuna on him. That's completely misspelling it. Although I'll be quite honest, boss, I don't believe in magic. If that stone works as he claims, how come I was able to lift him up like a baby? Anyhow, he's in the dungeon, if you would like to interrogate him about your stolen rock, or gloat a little. The sex dungeon or the regular dungeon? Ah, apologies, boss. If there were some erotic undertones to your previous interactions with Cashious, I am afraid I was oblivious to them. He's waiting in the regular dungeon. Sitting in the dungeon, approach Cashious, who sits in the center of the darkened cell. How are you finding your combinations? Is he dead? Doubtful, boss. He punched me a lot while being placed in the cell. Cashious inhales slowly and lets out a heavy breath. He looks your way with contempt and a hint of boredom in his eyes. So, you have me in your clutches. Do you have even the slightest idea what you're to do with me next? Standing here vanished the irony, for starters. You'd better figure out your next move, and fast, because when I get out of here, I'm going to utterly end you. Pretty fine for someone behind bars. I'm sure you'll find that even behind bars, even without the assistance of the Sanctus Lapis Fortunae, I am in control. You don't even seem to realize that I've come here at my own volition. Preposterous! You are here because of my excellent capturing skills. Boss Cashious is obviously lying through his well-groomed mustache. Shall I run over to the sex dungeon and fetch us some whips? A few good lashings will knock the lies out of this snake's mouth. That wouldn't be necessary. I will answer your questions. Well, then go on. What answers do you seek? Where is the Sanctus Lapis? Hidden away. If you were to somehow deduce which of my secret layers I have hidden it in, and if you were able to infiltrate my defenses, even then, you'd never stand a chance of finding its location nor cracking the code to the safe. Maybe if I were to stay locked up in here for a few years, you could stumble upon it, but I don't plan on staying very long. Now then, are you sure that's the question you wanted to ask? Why did you steal it? It was no yours in the first place. I have just returned it to its rightful owner. Cashious turns his back to you and steps into her shadows. A strong waft of villainous exposition energy washes over you. Our great-great-grandparents knew each other. Were you aware of that? They were worldly famous explorers, rich in both treasure and glory. They not only travelled the world together, but they were lovers as well. Perhaps, had events not transpired as they did, we could have been related. It's clear to me from great-great-grandfather Thaddeus Villionaire's journals that his love for your great-great-grandmother was one for the ages. The camaraderie they shared, oh, it stirs my soul. Which makes your ancestor's son betrayal all the more bitter. You see, it was an expedition like any other. They were to track down a legendary relic from a long-dead civilization. They'd face unknown dangers together, jump across a crumbling corridor and avoid traps, claim their prize, kiss, celebrate, the same old formula. But this time, something was different. The treasure wasn't just some large gem or an old nap. What they found was an honest-to-goodness magic relic. He loves saying that word. They soon found that with the power of the Sanctus Laptis Fortuna, they could bend the will of others. They had incredible power at their fingertips. On their return trip to England, your great-great-grandmother abruptly deserted Thaddeus on a remote island, all to steal the relic for herself. Your great-great-grandmother discarded everything they had for her own selfish desires. Thaddeus was stranded on that island for years, a broken man. They never saw each other again. By the time Thaddeus was rescued, his fortunes as well as his faculties had left him. My family was banished to a middle-class status for generations. I am the first billionaire to rise from the ashes of what your family ruined. And what of your family? Well, I'd say it's obvious. Your family has been using the Sanctus Laptis Fortunae to thrive. That is why I've been plotting your demise all these years. It is why I will perish until you are thoroughly broken. No, I will persist until you are broken. The same way your great-great-grandmother broke and destroyed the billionaires. Yeah, I don't know what's responsible what some dead lady did to some dead guy. I've said my piece. Are we done here? Are you sure you wouldn't rather spend some time in the sex dungeon with me? Very well, it seems it is time for me to make my escape. Haha, I don't see you try. I forgot the only set of... Looking for these? Cashious holds with iron dungeon keys. What did you... Normally I would not suffer the indignity of thrashing about as you carried me, but it was the perfect opportunity for me to grab these off of you. Well, but I... Good luck getting through me! No need, these keys were simply to make sure you couldn't get in. You see, when I first broke into your estate to claim the Sanctus Laptis Fortunae, I also dug an escape tunnel accessible from this very cell. I planned this all along. I hope you see now that I am, and always will be, miles ahead of you. Farewell! You haven't seen the last of me? Cashious casually drops the keys on the ground as he disappears in the darkness. Curses! I played right into his trap. That's why I need to take them seriously. Indeed, boss.